What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into the brand new Justice League vs. Godzilla vs. Kong, what DC Comics has been dubbing the crossover event of the year. DC Universe clashing with the legendary Monsterverse. As Clark Kent and Lois Lane, boyfriend and girlfriend, they go out on a date. And this is a huge day for Clark, because this is the day that he is going to propose. Or at least, so he thought. But when the Justice League clashes with the Legion of Doom, things take a very serious turn. A breach in the world, and the monsters emerge. So, make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue number 1, we are picking up atop the Daily Planet. Right now, Clark and Lois, they're having a little sit-down dinner. The sun is setting, it is all perfect and beautiful. And as Clark goes on to describe his love for Lois, his love for who she is, what she represents, and how she makes him feel. As we see Clark get down on a knee, he is about to ask that question, but then there is a rumbling. The ocean becoming severely unsettled, and the spikes rise up. In a matter of seconds, we have the arrival of Godzilla. This is what takes us to 12 hours ago. We pick up with Hal Jordan and Barry Allen. And right now, what they are doing is observing Superman. Hal cannot help but recognize how impressive this is. It is like he is literally trying to save the whole world at once. And it makes you wonder, why doesn't he do this all the time? With Barry going on to say, because it's not sustainable. And he should know, he is the fastest man alive. A man that can be in two places at once. The truth is, you can never do it all. There is never enough time. But the point of all of it is to try, to do what you can when you can. Superman is working right now with such great effort because he doesn't want any interruptions for this evening. With his plans to marry Lois, he has to ask the question. He wanted nothing to interfere, and so he is working overtime. This is when they get readings that he is headed back to Metropolis. He is headed there because Titano is there. He is wrecking the city. The giant ape with Kryptonian lasers for eyes. Both the Flash and Green Lantern, they think it's time to go give Clark some help. But by the time the Flash gets there, Superman has already defeated him and tied him up. The Flash joining Superman on the way to Rikers Island. They talk about what is yet to come. The big day, the big question. As they arrive, they are meted by Wonder Woman. What we are seeing is the Justice League kind of coming and paying respects, giving him congratulations, saying how happy everybody is for him. And so while things are going absolutely fantastic for Superman, the Legion of Doom, they're having their own problems. Because Titano was a weapon that they had used, sending him in, hoping that he might be able to take down Supes. Obviously, that didn't work. And now they are ready to go to war with the Justice League, to eliminate them once and for all. This is the regular lineup of villains. Cheetah, Grodd, Captain Cold, handful of other individuals. But while they have this discussion, we have the arrival of course, Lex Luthor. He has come to say that he knows how to take down Superman and the Justice League. That Titano was nothing more than a distraction. As they all hop into the helicopter, they take off to the north. They head to Superman's Fortress of Solitude, with Black Manta taking down Kal-X. They come to the doorway and they use all of their might to open this thing up. Once they get inside, that's when they see all of the toys. And while everybody would want to grab something, Lex Luthor lets everybody know that the only things that they are here for is the Mother Box and the Sled of Orion. But while Lex Luthor is saying this is when Toyman, he goes ahead and grabs a red ruby. Though he doesn't know what it does, every single item in the fortress is on an alarm, and he just triggered it. And while Superman is sitting down with Batman, Clark and Bruce having a conversation, and while they talk about the marriage that is soon to be, Bruce has also come in concern. Having someone so close, in such close proximity, he worries that she might be used as leverage. But with Superman saying nothing is going to change, that's good enough for Batman. But when the alarm goes off, Clark goes to head out, only to find out that Kara and the Justice League, they're already showing up, letting Superman know that he's got tonight off. Wishing him good luck, they go in to face the Legion. In a matter of seconds, this fight is kicking off. Lex Luthor trying to insert the mother box onto the sled, but the Flash comes in and he's able to grab Orion's sled. While everybody is fighting, Toyman throws one of his explosive toys. With the explosion, we have the mother box that is activated. And while all of the Justice League are protected, the Legion of Doom, they have disappeared. The mother box took them. And with the Legion arriving in some jungle, all of them arguing over whose fault this was, of what went wrong. They see that there is a military or research outpost not far from here. And so while they go to make their move, this is when one of the monsters attacks. Before the Legion of Doom can do anything, we have the arrival of Kong. With the Legion of Doom rushing inside, we see that Grodd is in awe. Right before his eyes is an ape god. And once the Legion gets inside, what they see is that this is some kind of command center. As they look at the maps, they can tell that this is Earth, except for the landmass of Skull Island, answering the question of where they are. But now they wonder, which Earth are we on? And Grodd outside trying to communicate with Kong. As they look at the monitor, they see all the other monsters that are currently being observed. And Toyman cannot help but notice all of these new toys. This is when everyone in the Legion starts to make fun of him. Even Lex Luthor going on to say that allowing you into the Legion was his greatest mistake. Holding on to that red ruby that he found in the Fortress of Solitude. He curses them. He wishes that he could show them. He wishes he could take all of these toys back to play with the Justice League. While holding that ruby, while making this wish, the Monsterverse monsters are being teleported right to Superman's universe. And that's what picks us up where this comic had started off, with the rumbling. With Clark doing what he always does. And with this comic coming to a close, what we see is Big Blue headed directly for Godzilla. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Definitely not a bad first issue. A great explanation onto how and why these two universes are coming together. But this isn't just Kong and Godzilla from appearances. If Toyman truly got his wish, we are gonna see a lot of the Monsterverse monsters. How all of this will play out is very much up for debate, but I'm more curious on what you guys would root for. Are you a Godzilla fan? Are you a Kong fan? Are you the Justice League fan? Would you like to see the Justice League defeat both Kong and Godzilla? When it comes to the Monsterverse, are you rooting for Godzilla or are you rooting for Kong? I know for me personally, it's always Kong. I love Godzilla. I grew up watching the cartoons where they would call him out of the ocean and then he would come fight whatever monster, defend, save the day, all that good stuff. But as Godzilla has become more modernized, he's less of a helper, but he is a helper. Godzilla's very dynamic in that way. But I like Kong more because I think he has a more superior intelligence. That it isn't all just destruction and mayhem everywhere that he goes. But I'm also probably a little biased because out of all the animal kingdom, silverback gorillas, as a whole, are really one of my favorite animals. I have always been absolutely fascinated with primates. And more than likely, what this comic is going to do is going to have Godzilla and Kong with the Justice League fighting off whatever monsters the Legion of Doom may throw at them. But that's not to say that we aren't going to have the Justice League fighting Godzilla, at least at first, until they figure out the situation and what is actually going on. But either way, I'm here for it. I'm ready to see it. I want to see what's going to go down. So far, it's off to a great start. Very reasonable explanation on why these are clashing, and I cannot wait to see how all of this unfolds. Let me know your thoughts and theories if you would like to get completely caught up on everything going on with DC Comics. I highly recommend that you go ahead, check out the link in my description, as well as the top of this video. It'll get you caught up on everything that we have currently covered. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you're unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.